Woo! Woo! And we're back.
Look at that, man. It's been a turnaround of like 4 days. 5 days.
I mean, this is, well,
Since
actually,
filming.
it's been 7 days.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah. But episode number
2.
I think it's like 46, but we're going with 2.
Well,
I still want to keep that going.
Well, Bobby didn't put up, I don't even know which one the last was. I didn't see.
He just put 1.
Okay.
He took the meat advice.
So
all right, so this is episode number 2 of Ask the Boss.
Of the rebranded Ask the Boss.
And
But it's technically what? You think it's 47?
46. Yeah. We have a theme this time. It's Top Gun.
Don't worry, Mav. Coming. I got your back.
Got Goose over here. Can we get a flyby?
Man, that was intense. That was good. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. So,
You pissed off your trainer.
my trainer.
Yeah, doesn't he like clash with like his pilot trainer or maybe
Yeah,
you
something
know how
like
it
that,
goes.
yeah.
Then he falls in love and
But
they make
the
love.
reason why we're doing a Top Gun is these aviators. So these launched this week, and this isn't just some like cheap add-on that these rinky-dink supplement companies give you with a free purchase. Free with purchase.
premium, baby.
These jaunts are lit. Right? Did I use that right?
Yeah, Doug's 40 years old. Still loves the word jaunt.
The jaunt. That's a shout out to.
But check everything
Johnny
out that
gang.
comes in it though. Like, not just giving you a pair of sunglasses in a.
So first of all,
wrap.
let's start with the sunglasses. So
Okay.
they got the little swirl in the core here. They got the little, springs? The polarized lenses,
Yeah, for them big heads.
black with gold. They're sick, man. I've been wearing them every day since we got them in. And then like the carbon fiber jaunt.
And then it's got a.
It's got a baggie and it's got a little wiper too that comes with it. So we're doing a deal this week, $29.99. Honestly, these are like $100 sunglasses. I mean,
Why are we selling them for $29.99?
because that's what we do. We hook people up with swag.
All right.
They look good. Anyways, so there's one update for you. So how about the second one? Should we get into it? Or should
Yeah,
we,
so
should
I
we
guess the
pause
topic
for
of
our-
discussion right now is updates.
Yeah. I don't know how long I should put this up on the screen. Check
What you
that
got
out.
there, Douglas?
Why don't you talk through it?
All right, so everybody knows Black Friday is coming up quick, and Black Friday is just a holiday in itself by now. So we're doing special limited runs, release number 4.
So on the back, so this is our black on black. Release number 4. It's got the custom core tag on the inside, and then this is our
It says Core Nutritionals. It's black on black. I don't know if
Stranger
you can see that,
Things.
but it's a Stranger Things theme.
theme. So anyways,
This
pay
will-
attention, sign up for the newsletter, because that's going to be one of those freebies on Black Friday. I think it's a freebie. Yeah, it is a freebie.
Yeah, it'd be a freebie.
And we just worked through all our Black Friday deals, I guess, last week, and they're going to be epic. This is definitely going to be the biggest Black Friday by far that we've ever done. Across all the brands, really.
Well, we've really grown. We have a really good clientele at this point, so that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah.
New people,
Especially
taking
with the
advantage.
ambassador program.
Yes.
That we have, the Crush of Tears program. So if you don't know about that, you can definitely apply on the website, the Core website. And we also have ambassadors program for Merica Labs. That's the Patriot Posse, which is growing. And then we're working on, it's not out yet, the Arms Race Nutrition ambassador program. Those people will be called the arms dealers. It's pretty clever. I like it. And so I'm thinking before the end of the year, we're going to roll that out, but don't hold me to that. Are you going to do the whole podcast?
Yeah, sun never sets on a badass, man. You got to just put them on. Just embrace it.
Know what I'm saying? And we got a new videographer right now today because Baby Bird is on location.
Location.
We have Baby Panda here. Hello. I love you. Anyway, so where is Bobby? Should we tell him where Bobby is?
Yeah.
So Bobby, we're not going to tell you who he's filming, but he's filming 2 new athletes, part of the Core Elite that we are signing. So that will be One female from Tampa, so you might be able to figure that out, and one male from LA. So he just shot the female, is on a plane right now, heading from Tampa to LA to shoot the second one. And we hope to launch them, Baby Panda, next week. Next week? Both of them? One of them? Both next week. You heard it. So that's pressure on you, Bobby, when you watch this video back.
And Panda.
And Panda. Panda. I like it. I like Baby Panda.
Baby Panda. If I knew the words, I'd just start spitting it, but
I think it's just Panda.
I think there's more to it.
Something
It's
like
Black X6 Phantom, White X6 Panda.
Panda. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're terrible. Should we pause for our sponsor?
In 3, 2.
So
I
good.
really needed this.
What flavor are you going?
I went Victory.
We deserve it. We deserve it. Right, Meat? Or did we earn it?
We earned it. I dribbled a little bit on myself.
You know what? We didn't ask Baby Panda if we have to do the cut at 30 minutes.
We do. We talked about it.
We do.
Yep.
So we can do a flyover jet and it can like blow smoke and
Flyover Jet. We'll have a word from our sponsors, which is ourselves. So we'll put
Hey,
up
wait
the
a second.
deal
We
link.
could get Bella Fuma to sponsor us.
Ooh, that'd be a good idea.
Bella, if you're watching these, I love how we call him Bella. That's not his name.
Frank.
Yeah,
but Frank's just Frank, right?
Yeah.
Bella's just
Frank. So,
Bella Fuma. Way cooler.
you know, we could light up in here, but this place would just smell like crap forever.
There are sprinklers in here.
Yeah, no, that would be a bad idea. Scratch that. We could do it on location outside. We could bring this outside or something.
Yeah, we'll figure
Anyways, well, we've now wasted 10 minutes of BS. Well, there were some good updates in there. Should we see? Oh, wait a second. Hold on.
it out. Be careful.
Can we see?
Yep. Zoom in, Bob. What you got on, Doug?
So these.
Talking to the mic.
Let me get back to the mic. These are the new. Well, these are the beta sample. Ooh, my nose is running. Beta sample, but these were approved. These are awesome. So these are the camo joggers.
They're a little thinner, right?
They're a little bit thinner, but still that stretchy material of the current ones. A little less sweat panty and more.
Exercise panty? You know what I'm saying? Like performance.
I just like saying panty.
Yeah, panty that came out.
I feel like I got to get this mic up. Ooh, that's better.
That looks good.
That looks good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Check. All right. So should we get into the questions? We got any more updates? Oh, you know what? There's one more update that I should give, and that is next week. So I am heading to Pittsburgh for a huge opportunity / event with the arms race team. So Kenton, Julian, and I are meeting in Pittsburgh on Monday for a Tuesday event at the GNC World Headquarters store that is in that same building. So we're doing a meet and greet in Pittsburgh at the headquarters GNC from 10 to 12 on Tuesday. I want to say that's the 19th. Yeah.
Tuesday is the 19th.
That is the 19th. So from 10 to 12. And then after that, the three of us have a really cool meeting with the executive team at GNC. So apparently this meeting doesn't happen very often, so we're very grateful to be able to get in front of the key decision makers at GNC to talk about how to continue to take over.
Yeah.
We're not here to take part, we're here to take over, know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, so that'll be good. And
Cool
then
opportunity.
good steak dinner Tuesday night, get some training in.
Some footage?
So we're not bringing Baby Bird, but we're going to do, you know what I said I was going to do? I mentioned this to Kenton. I think I'm going to bring my vlog back for this trip.
With your phone?
Yeah, remember?
Yeah. Oh, I remember.
I never
That's
made
what-
you hold it, though.
No. But that's where Meaty Thighs was born, and I have to I tell that story back when Doug was vlogging, we didn't have Bobby.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to get back to the YouTubers. Going to YouTubes, put some YouTubes up. So
Yeah,
so
that'll be
next,
good,
next
actually.
week I'll do that. And then you're actually on the road next week, too. So where are you going?
Going to DFW. I'll be flying in Monday morning. Have a couple meetings, 2 or 3 meetings. We have an opportunity to get Merica Energy into Albertson Safeways. So going to go present Merica Energy. That's on Tuesday.
Did we talk about last week? Did we talk about Circle K in the rollout of Merica?
Actually, we did not. That's actually a good point.
So there's a lot of good juju right now going on with Merica Energy. So in addition, bro, that was a little much.
Juju, baby.
Yeah. So in addition to the new flavors that we're going to be launching early in the new year. Oh, is that a product?
That looks good.
Product that does look good. There's sick product placement. In addition to those 2 new flavors rolling out, we have a lot of good meetings with some very, great partners. So we got approved through Circle K in the Midwest. I think it's only 3 states where we're launching, but it's about 400 locations.
Yeah.
So that's a really nice account for us, and we hope to continue to grow throughout the Circle K family because they have, I think he said 15,000 Circle Ks across the world. I don't know how many are in the U.S., but if that's 403 states, I guess you could do the math and figure it out. So it's
is
a good
it true
C-space
they
for
are
us.
the biggest C-store? Like in
It makes sense. I mean,
in quantity?
I would think 7-Eleven's got to be up there though, but they're
I don't think they
independent, right? And they're so independent and franchise owned, and
Yeah.
it's different. Whereas Circle K, there's a lot of central buying.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier than shipping direct to all these stores and whatnot. So a lot of cool stuff going on, and then we have again the Albertsons grocery and some other Merica Energy things coming up. So good stuff rolling into the new year. And this week we might have talked about this last week, but we did finalize the deals for the 12 days of Crushmas and Nutmas. So if you don't know what those are, that's the December 13th through the 24th. We do a separate deal every day on the Core Nutritionals website and on the Nutrition Corner website. That would be the Nutmas side. And those will also be in store as well. So if you haven't seen our Crushmas video from last year, that one will be tough to top, but
How many have we done? 3 or 2?
I think 3. We've done 3 Crushmas videos.
So the first one he sat on your lap.
Jackson sat on my lap, and then Carl.
Oh, Jackson.
And then Carl sat on my lap.
Okay.
And then we did the full-on production, baby, Cuck Jesus.
Yeah.
So this year, we got to figure it out. But anyway, so those deals are finalized too. So that's the other big event that we have. So we got the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals coming up, and then the 12 days of Crushmas and Nutmas. So the end of the year is always just a scramble for us. It's
Good
always crazy.
times.
Good times. Good
Fun
times.
times.
What else, Mead? Is that it for the updates?
Yeah, it's good for the updates. We don't anything in the pipes. Give them a little bit.
No,
I guess
let's
we
just
gave
wait
them-
for-
that was kind of like in the pipe, and so are all these deals.
In the pipe.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. All right. So let's jump into these.
All right, let's knock out the core. Let me get on the core page first.
Oh, I got a lot. So where these are coming from. So if you're watching this and you don't know what we're reading, so every Monday afternoon I post a ask me questions thing up on my Instagram stories, and Pat does the same on Core Nutritionals. And so that's where we're getting these questions from. Now, next week, since we're going to be both traveling in the beginning of the week, I think we should put these stories up on Wednesday afternoon and film Thursday morning. And then Bobby's going to have
by Friday.
flip it by Friday. We got to stick to this weekly thing.
Yeah, we're on a roll right now, so it's
Roll number 2. 2 in a row. Well, Bobby doesn't get back till Thursday, so he's going to have to turn this edit around quick.
this Thursday.
Yeah.
What time?
I don't know.
Like
Late. So he's got to.
bird time.
Yeah. Okay. Word. All right. Let's get it.
He'll take some zap. Let's get it. All right.
Chirp.
Okay. All right, let's get right into it. Supplement questions. Hey guys, what's the best time to take creatine? Pre, intra, post? Oh, you took your sunglasses off.
I did. So I do not take it intra. I take it pre because right now I'm taking Vigor, which is a creatine Peak O2 betaine product from Arms Race. So I'll take 5 grams of creatine mono. I'm a big believer in creatine monohydrate over like creatine HCl and creatinine and all those other kinds. I've always responded well to creatine monohydrate. And then for kind of added good measure, I always throw in 5 grams in with my Core PWO. Creatine does work well with an insulin spike, so having those fast-acting carbs post-workout and the creatine. So I am taking right now 10 grams a day.
You probably
You don't need that much.
Consistently
Five
low.
grams a day. You don't need to cycle. If you take 5 grams a day every day, whether you train or not, and you're not cycling, that's really what I generally recommend. But for me right now, I'm taking it pre and post. So if you want to take 5 grams, you can split that up, across pre and post, or either. I don't think it's really going to make a difference. But if you were just going to take it at one time, for me personally, I would take it post-workout because of the insulin spike that I'm getting.
There's also some people that want to say pre because it does help with muscle power.
That's true, but if you're already saturated with creatine,
right,
and you've been taking it for weeks on end, I don't think it's going to matter. Whoa, what a rush, man. We're back. Just had a little jet intervention there.
We had to get some fuel.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, keep it rolling.
Okay, only 2 questions this time. I think Steve A. Blake had like 8 last time.
Oh, only 2 questions from Steve.
Yeah, from Steve. Where do you draw your ideas for valuable content? Well, Steve, I don't have any valuable content, so.
My nose is running off,
we'll
man.
ask Doug this question.
I mean, a lot of it comes from, like, what do the people want to see? Like, what is, what do people find interesting? And so I think a lot of times, people want me to post more training stuff, and I'm working on that. I have some personal things in the works. What I mean personal things is not necessarily directly related to all the brands, but more Doug Miller branded material.
DougMillerPro.com.
There you go, DougMillerPro.com. Going to be redoing that website and providing a lot more training information there. I mean, I have 20 years of training journals. Every Tuesday I post a Training Tuesday on my Instagram. And so there's just a lot of content out there, and I train pretty much every day. So I'm going to be starting to give some of that stuff away for free. And I know some people want me to get back into coaching. I just don't have the bandwidth to do that right now. But getting back to the content, I think that's why we have a collaborative team. We have people on the marketing side. We have my ideas, which I'm watching, trends in the industry. What are people really into right now, and what do they want to see? And to be honest with you, just because they want to see it doesn't mean we always do it. I mean, we don't produce that much content, and that's one of the things that we need to get better about, is producing that content and being pushed to produce that content, because we do have there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff here that I think is really interesting, that I think people would like to see as well. So to answer the question, I don't have a set formula. I just watch kind of, what people watch and listen, I think is what it is and keep an open mind to what people want to see, and then try to institute it. So the biggest thing is being pushed to do it, because I have so many other things that I do on a daily basis. Sometimes to stop and record things like this, it's almost a distraction, but it's a really important distraction. So we're going to get better at that too.
I also say we're still figuring it out.
Oh yeah. I mean, our content game is not that strong. I mean, we're working on that.
All right. He also asked what our favorite carb sources are.
I guess it depends on the situation. So yeah. I am a big believer in some fast acting carbs post-workout. Pre-workout, I definitely like a slower base carb. I used to always do oatmeal pre-workout, and I really save that for when I'm in a caloric deficit at this point, because oats do fill you up so much. So when your calories are really high, I actually like a little bit more of a faster acting carb, more like a cereal based pre-workout, because
I did Captain Crunch with a banana, poured pumpkin spice ISO on top of it.
I'm with that. So today I did Kix and chocolate peanut butter Cheerios and banana and chocolate ISO over top.
Ooh, digging it.
Deadly. Those Kix have the best texture. I'm just saying. And so that's going to be a little bit of a faster acting carb for pre-workout, but generally I go for more of the slower digesting carbs a couple hours before.
Yeah.
So it depends. And then we eat pretty much white rice every day, every meal. So we have rice cookers going multiple times a day here, and it's a community thing, and we all eat white rice just because I think it tastes a lot better than brown rice, and I don't know if there's that big of a difference in it.
There isn't.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
What else you got?
How much meat could a meat meat if a meat could meat? And then the next question is all meat. Thanks, Tyler. Tyler McCommon 21. How much meat could a meat if a meat could meat? All meat.
Don't you feel special?
Meat. Yeah. We need
Wait, no. So these buttons right here.
Trademark Meaty thighs.
So these buttons you can program to do like whenever you hit this one, it'll go meat.
I dare you to hit one of them.
I don't want to break this thing. We got to get Bird in here Bird or Panda to work on these.
Okay, moving on. Any new details about the rebrand? I mean, we kind of gave some things last week.
So we said that we're going to start with 2 products off the bat.
We did explain what product
so
that was.
Fury.
Yeah.
So it's the new Fury.
We have a lot of questions about Fury today.
And Intra. So Intra would be the carbohydrate EAA product. It also has some pump aspect, electrolytes, endurance aspect. Really cool product. And this is one of the ones that, I'm not a huge believer in intra-workout carbs, but this is kind of listening to a lot of our followers and trying to put together the best product in that category, even if for this particular one, I may not use all the time.
Yeah, I actually am coming around to that product more. I think it's going to do really well.
Mm-hmm. This one is actually for you, Fat Jimmy. If you're out there, the UK loves this for some reason.
So this isn't James, it's Jonathan Phillips.
Jonathan?
Everybody Nutrition out in California, you got to wait, Jonathan. I'm sorry. Doug said no sales calls.
I did. He's like, if XYZ calls me during this, I have to take it because I can never get him on the line. But Jonathan, you can get Jonathan on the line. He'll pick up.
Yeah, Jonathan's great. He probably just wants to yell at me.
Should we put a commercial in there for Jonathan?
Yeah.
Everybody.
And this is a word from our sponsor, Everybody Nutrition.
In Huntington Beach.
He's actually got a great website, so he's actually
What
expanded.
is the website? Is it everybodynutrition.com?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
So he is a huge believer in Core Nutritionals and Merica Labs, and you walk into his store and he's got it done right. I mean, it is jam-packed with Merica and Core. It's pretty awesome.
He's one of those partners that carries every SKU, which is a very difficult thing for our brands.
Because we have so many SKUs.
Yeah.
It's great, though.
So,
love you, Jonathan.
Shout out to Jonathan. I'll call you back. All right, let's move on. Favorite exercise variation for really growing your side delts?
Side delts. So, it's no surprise I like to train higher rep shoulders because I like to train generally higher rep everything. But one of the ones that has really helped my shoulders has been lateral raises, superset rear delt raises, like immediately into it. So you can do it seated as well. It's kind of easy to make that transition. So you're doing seated lateral raises, sets of 15 or 20, and then immediately you could probably use the same weight. It depends. Just bend over forward and then go right into
the struggle to stay on the mic.
Yeah, you like that.
That was good.
Yeah. So lateral raises, superset rear delt. I do a lot of supersets for shoulders. I love getting blood flow in there, and I think that helps.
Cool. Not a question. Just want to say how good pumpkin spice and apple crumb cake are. Freaking amazing. Love it. All right, some Fury questions, actually. So what's going to be the big difference from Fury X and the new pre-workout in January / the new year?
So taste and mouthfeel were 2 of the biggest complaints we got about that product. I just trained on that yesterday, and I had like the sickest pump. Like for a stimulant-based pre-workout, I don't think anything can touch Fury X in terms of the pump that you get from it. But yeah, it does have a bit of a mouthfeel, and that is because it has dynamine, tacrine, and a ton of like the Hydromax, and then it just doesn't have a great mouthfeel. Now, I love the product. I mean, I really do. I think it's one of the best pre-workouts. I won pre-workout of the year in Australia. We just got our signs in. Shout out to Massive Joe's for 2019. And, it's sold great. It still sells great. But I think we can improve on that. Well, I know we are going to crush that flavoring in the mouth. Because at the end of the day, people want to really be able to now enjoy their pre-workout. For me, I would take dirt if it was going to give me a sick pump, bruh. So anyways, that's number one, but that's almost kind of like a side thing. So I would say that we did remove the nitrates in this version of Fury, and that is because we wanted to move the nitrates over to the non-stim product. So eventually we're going to be doing, and it's actually already been approved, the flavors have been approved and are ready to go, but we're not going to run it until we're through our current non-stim pre-workouts. And so that would be a revised version of Pump. We'll have the nitrates in the next round. And actually, that revised version of Pump is kind of like, think about it as a combination of Core Pump and Core Peak X. So we're going to combine those two, bring back just Pump.
Pay attention. He's giving away the farm, people.
I really am. Ken's probably going to say, why are you saying so much? Anyways, so that's a big change. And then it does have just an amazing, it's going to be a little higher stimulant, but the focus and the feel from it is I feel like I'm taking DMHA when I take it.
So explain DMHA for those that might not have used it before.
So DMHA is very similar to DMAA, which the only reason I make that comparison is because pretty much everyone who's watching this knows what Jack 3D is. The original Jack 3D, that was everyone bought, and
everybody. Because a lot of our followers are probably young and
they probably know the legend of Jack 3D. I mean, that was a pretty crazy product.
Those, they get you high. Right?
Yeah, it's a very euphoric.
Right.
I mean, I would say DMAA, I am more almost angry high.
Yeah.
Whereas DMHA, I'm like happy, giddy high.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel like when I'm taking the new Fury. It's got CDP choline in there. It's got this ingredient. Oh, yep, I just gave that away. It's got this ingredient that no one else is using in a pre-workout.
Don't say anything.
I'm not going to say anything more. And it's probably, like I think I mentioned this last week, it's probably going to sketch some people out that it's in there. But it's an amazing health ingredient.
It's going to increase Google searches for sure on this one ingredient.
That is true. That's true. But it is WADA compliant, which is also good to know.
We'll have a huge rollout.
That ingredient.
So we'll do I think we should do a lot of educational pieces beyond on the product. On the
I'd like to get Kenton on maybe this podcast talking about the inclusion of that ingredient. This was one of the ones that he brought to the table in this formula, and really kind of sets it off. And so, there's certain ingredients that are just so near and dear to Kenton's heart, and this is one of them.
Oh, for sure.
That and like berberine.
Berberine.
Like,
that's probably number one. This one's probably number two. Okay, cool. That's enough on Fury.
Yep.
All right, so
and maybe should I tease the label?
This is a spam risk.
Yeah, just shut that
We'll
off.
definitely shut that one.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Keep rolling.
You were going somewhere.
I wonder if I should tease the new labels.
No,
not here today, but I mean like.
No.
Okay, there you go. You heard it. Okay, I got the kibosh.
No, you can say this though. If you pay attention to our social media, you follow us on Instagram, which you should be.
Yep.
There is snippets of some new branding going on. Right?
Correct.
That's all. That's it.
Jimmy.
All right, next question.
Gotcha.
This is a good question.
What you got?
What are some of the thoughts having ARN go with GNC and not places like Natural Body Inc.? Specifically Natural Body Inc. I don't think this is an employee or anything, but maybe just a shopper.
So everyone kind of, there's a lot of people that poo-poo on GNC, and I think there's some kind of good reason to, only in the sense that they're so massive and they're so widespread that not every employee at GNC can be super knowledgeable, but that doesn't mean there aren't a ton of really knowledgeable people, especially the franchise owners who are super passionate about it and super knowledgeable. I mean, like I know many franchise owners personally, and they're phenomenal. Like they would make a great nutrition corner manager, because they live and breathe it, and they push the good products and whatnot. So there's kind of like that bad rap there, which I really don't think is necessarily deserved, but I mean, at the end of the day, it does come down to dollars and cents, right? We went with GNC because we got offered a phenomenal opportunity to launch in the full brand in about 1,200 stores, I think, and then the pre-workout in like 4,000. So, yes, that's a huge logistical. Personally that there's so much that goes behind the scenes into making that possible. But as opposed to getting that level of sales by you taking calls from all the mom and pop retailers that place $500 orders at a time, it would take you. We did more in the first 3 months of Arms Race than we would have in the first potentially a couple years without that, because it just takes so long to build that network of relationships. Right. And at the end of the day, yes, there was an announcement that they're closing like 900 GNCs, but that was not really a GNC issue. That's more of a mall issue, right? Because malls are just dying. And so I still think that the GNC platform is still really strong. And it's because they're partnering with brands like ARN and Ghost and Alani Nu that are driving traffic, those exclusive brands that are doing things differently and doing really cool, innovative stuff and are driving traffic to GNC. And I think that's their move right now, is to partner with companies like that. And it's just an amazing opportunity. We're very blessed to have it. And so I don't know how I could turn it down. You know, I mean, it just makes sense. You know, I was joking with Steve or Tim, you know, and I was like, if you want to drop a 7-figure PO, you know, we'll reconsider the GNC. But like, obviously, a small mom and pop with 4 stores is not going to be able to drop a $1 million PO. So, you know, at the end of the day, it just was what was best for the brand. And it's what Julian, Ketten, and I wanted to do and felt was right. And we're super excited to be in it. They've been so far a great partner in it. You know, there's been some bumps along the way, but that's to be expected with everything.
And coming from a personal experience, I mean, I come from the nutrition corners, and I've bashed a couple GNCs before, right? Just in the retail market that we deal with, GNC is not the sexiest name or the name that you want to hear all the time. Mm-hmm. But like with an open mind, we have learned, like I've personally gotten to know a lot of franchisee owners or even corporate managers, and they're great people and they are really smart. But it's just like when you're on that grand scale and there's one little rat turd in your burger that day, you know, it sets up a bad rap for a lot of them, which they don't deserve. Right. So I would just say keep an open mind and support the brand.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
At the end of the day, there's a platform to go get ARN. Go get it.
Word.
Great products. All right, I'm out of questions on this end.
Oh, man, I got a lot in here. You want to get in here?
I got one more in my head. Somebody asked, interesting question, can you take Core Z's hot and drink it like tea? So at night, could you mix it with hot water instead of cold water and sip it like tea?
Well, there's only one way to find out,
really?
Right?
Yeah. Try it. Let us know.
I don't know. I mean, I am a little bit leery sometimes in, you know, putting excessive heat on certain amino acids and herbs. So there might be a little bit of concern there. But at the end of the day, I think go ahead and try it and see how you feel. See how the product works. Because Core ZZZ is a product that you feel the first time you take it. So you'll know if it works.
Okay.
All right. We're about 35 minutes in.
Peter, we doing good on this card? Yeah.
Who's Peter?
Oh, Panda. All right, good stuff. Good talk. Training question: when do you think one should start reverse dieting?
I don't know how to answer that.
So
question.
Reverse dieting is usually in the context of competitions. So as soon as your competition's over, that would be the number one time to reverse diet.
I guess if you're just trying to get, maybe the question is like if you're leaning out, when do you start adding more calories in?
Good.
You know,
Okay,
I guess it depends on if you've reached your goal. What's your goal? Are you going to compete and you need completely shredded shawarma butt cheeks? Or do you need to just get lean to look good for a beach trip? Or, you know, like what are your goals? And did you get to those? And, you know, at the end of the day, I started reverse dieting when I dieted down this summer. When I started it was affecting my workouts a little bit. Like obviously when you're contest prep, I would have taken another 6 to 8 weeks from where I stopped if I was going to compete, you know, to really dial it in. And so I got about, you know, let's call it 8 weeks out. And then I was just like, you know what? I mean, for what I was doing, like there was no point. And so I just started reverse dieting and started feeling great again. And so now, I mean, I still have a lot of weight to put back on, but my training is going awesome. So
I would say when progress stalls and you're starting to feel like crap, maybe it's a good time to start.
If you've gotten to your goals, right? Like, because sometimes, like, we all know that it's a part of the competition or reaching your goals. Sometimes you do need to suffer. So it just depends on what is your tolerance for suffering to reach those goals.
Cool. All right. Our own Trey Dog. He is the assistant general manager of the Nutrition Corners. I'm representing today because it's cold as crap in this warehouse. Doug just does not
cut
let
the
us
heat
spend
off.
any money. If you could teach yourself something you know now 10 years ago, what would it be? I love these questions. You've answered them similarly, but
What was my answer? I think I had that question when we went to go see
your
Rob-
16-year-old self.
Yeah, but I think I asked that question when we were visiting Dana up at Warhouse. What
We've
was
asked
my-
it when we tried to do the celebrity thing.
We did try. We did it. They were great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like we weren't consistent. We did it for like 5, maybe 4 to 5.
Yeah. So who did we have in there? We had Seth Feroci,
Rob,
Dana,
Seth. We did.
Rob. Who's Rob?
I'm sorry.
Dana,
Dana,
Seth.
We did Joseph Mansell.
Massive Joe's. Yep.
And we asked them that question, I think.
Okay.
Or that question was specific to your 16-year-old self and a poster on the wall. Was that it?
No, if you could just go back and tell your 16 or 18-year-old self, what would you tell them? Do you remember what my answer was?
Nope.
That's a tough one. So I think for me, probably, well, one of the things is I would have cut the cord earlier in the corporate world. So I did 12 years of the corporate life, which was great. And it helped me finance the businesses, and it helped me learn a lot of stuff that I literally I love freaking these guys out in Excel.
Oh, yeah. You should see. We should do that one day.
I put it up here.
Yeah. And now it's time for Doug to nerd out.
And so, like, I still use a lot of those skills, and so that was great. But I think I could have cut the cord 5 years earlier and not kind of ignored the golden handcuffs of the corporate world and kind of gone into my passion a little bit earlier on. But I mean, obviously it's a scary state. And so it's easier for me to say that now, obviously, than, back then. I think one of the other things that I would say is I am completely OCD. People who meet me now might not think that at all, even like right off the bat, but at least in my college years, early 20s, I was completely OCD about pretty much everything that I did. And it wasn't until I kind of loosened up on some of that OCD and stopped letting perfection of everything be the enemy of the good. Now, that doesn't mean I don't strive for protection, perfection in everything that I do. It's just sometimes I realize to go from an A- to an A+, you sacrifice way more in another area of your life where you could be at that A-, but you're at a C, right? And so sometimes using the 80-20 rule and not letting perfection be the enemy of the good is a very important thing, and I think a lot of people struggle with that. I know I did.
Yeah, that's a good response. I like that. Good answer.
Word. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks, Meat.
I'm the help. I'm here to encourage you. Okay. Josh Gordon. We talked about the Core revamp, Josh. He appreciates us and he wants to know the steps that we go through beyond what is required for product quality.
I think we talked about this last week.
We did.
So this is some of the independent testing of the raw materials, even before it even makes it into the manufacturing facility that a lot of people don't do. And, that really just depends on the ingredient and the supplier and whether they're an approved supplier or not, and, that whole process. So I think we talked about that last week. You can jump back to that.
Yep. So go back to episode 1. Well,
45.
Last week. All right. What would you say the upper limit for daily fiber consumption would be for a bodybuilder?
I mean, I think that really depends on the person. I know that in certain diets, like I was up to like 60 grams of fiber.
Yeah, it really depends on the carbohydrate consumption.
Yeah.
And then how much fiber of that. Okay.
Like if you see like broccoli stalks in your poop, like it's probably a little too much.
Because we all look at our poop. Everybody knows.
Yeah, like what's going down there?
Just one little peek.
I wasn't going to drink this whole thing.
I told you to use it as a prop, but when you open it.
But it's just so good. If I do say so myself.
You deserve 2 today. Why is arms race pre so expensive? 2 scoops is ideal. That's $50 for 20 workouts. You told me not to ask it, but.
No, I didn't tell you not to ask that. It was a different question.
Okay.
Well, first of all, that's the wrong price. So harness, the pre-workout, is $44.99. How we doing, Panda? Good. It's $44.99. So I don't know what he's talking about there. And honestly,
He rounded up
for
taxes, shipping, maybe.
at the end of the day, it comes down to cost of goods. This is one of the best pre-workouts on the market. It's in that 20-40 scoop range, and the market's pretty much in the $39.99 to $44.99 range. So it's not overpriced. And honestly, a lot of people don't use a full. They use a scoop and a half, which gives you 30 serves in there. So like maybe I should just tell you to throw out that question because it's kind of just wrong.
Yep. Moving on.
Bye-bye.
What's your bicep size? Number one tip for bigger biceps.
A lot of biceps.
Why do everybody want to talk about your biceps?
So I did a video on the 3 tips for like bicep growth. I would say my number one though is do a lot of hammer curl motions to hit brachii through the middle of the bicep and the tricep to make your arms expand and make your biceps and triceps look bigger. Because a lot of people neglect the middle muscle in your arm. So I would say if I do 4 motions for biceps, most people will do 3 or 4 in a supinate or something like that. Whereas I will do at least 2 of those in like a hammer grip.
Would you say reverse grip would be the same idea, right?
Similar, but that's going to hit more brachioradialis coming down the forearm.
Okay.
Hammer curls. One of my favorites right now is rope hammer curls laying down on like a seated cable row station.
Did you get that from me?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
All right.
If you want to take credit, that's cool.
Back when I hurt my back,
Oh, yeah?
I started doing lying cable curls. Like I would not do standing curls because they pulled me
Well, when
down.
I was having back issues the previous year, like, yeah.
Maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was Brandon Wattis when I showed him that. And he was like, oh, man, that feels good.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I'm pretty smart.
Those are great.
Okay. When will Core Supps be available in India? Tried, burn, and shred stack. It's legit.
That's a question for you.
Yeah, and I'm going to answer it. So we've had India partners. India's tough. We've gotten products into India, but not much of a partnership. You know, kind of a one-way street at the moment. I'm working on another India partner, and we are in communication right now. So we're working on it.
Let's get that done, mate.
All right, man.
Get that done. Seal that deal.
Yeah. Sorry, we have a distraction in the middle of the day. And
well, gotta do content.
how many products do you want to launch under Merica Snax in 2020?
Whew, that's a good one.
All of them.
All of them? I will say for sure we're going to be launching at least a couple flavors of a bar and a couple more flavors of a beef stick.
And technically, Merica Energy is under Merica Snax now.
A couple more flavors of Merica Energy. I would say that we're going to do 2 flavors of Merica Energy in the beginning of the year, and I'd like to do another flavor for the 4th of July. Set it here. I don't know what that flavor is, so if you have any suggestions,
Comment below.
comment below. I have some ideas. I want to do county fair.
Cotton candy.
Bro, come on.
Sorry. Is that what cotton?
Yeah.
Could be funnel cake.
Funnel cake flavored Merica Energy.
Bro, we did a
That'd be
cream soda. You might as well.
Funnel cake.
Hey,
You do protein funnel cakes.
in the springtime, when do county fairs come around? I'll go R&D at all the fairs, and we'll just eat. Yeah. By that time, I'll be like 20 pounds
Because
heavy.
I think all the cotton candies, energy drinks on the market are gross.
Cotton candy's tough. Red, white, and boom, and the pre-workout is amazing. Cooperstown.
I was going to say Cooperstown, bubblegum. Booyah.
Ooh, so yeah, that's right. I just got myself mixed up.
Yeah, you would think that was bubblegum.
Bubblegum.
I don't know carbonated bubblegum, though. Would be a little.
We're going to find out.
All right, well,
Get some samples.
get some R&D going. Actually, we do have some samples coming today.
Yep.
So.
They were delivered to the wrong place.
Yeah.
Sam went to go get them.
Actually, those are samples of our Justice flavor that we can send out to some distributors. That's what that's for.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right.
And what about Merica balls? Never mind.
Balls.
Balls.
The ones that we had in our mouth a couple months ago?
You know, like the ones we had in our mouth yesterday.
Where was I? Oh, I don't know. Stay locked in my room.
That was just
Merica
you
balls.
didn't participate. I don't know. I just think Merica balls would be great.
All right, I'm gonna ask you another question.
Okay. Why you gotta make it awkward?
I don't know. It just went that way.
I feel like I need to eat a cuckhead.
As long as you're not eating balls.
And we're back. Welcome back. You know, we didn't do a shout out from like our sponsors or anything.
Yeah, because it's ourselves.
Yeah, true. So
Deal of the
we
week.
can just move on. Another blowback coming in. You know, another jet flying in hot.
$29.99. Grab them now. I should do an infomercial on here one day.
You should. Why don't we do an Instagram story of you doing the
And then we'll plug those. Yeah, me and Bobby work on that.
Nice.
Tips on training legs with runner's knee.
So I would say address the issue, right? Like, and don't train through it, train around it. So if there's an exercise that like leg extensions really hurt your knee, don't do them. You don't have to do them. Squats really hurt your knee, don't do them. You know, address the situation and the imbalance and get some active release done. Rehab it, and then go back into balls out training. You know, like don't just try to be a tough guy and train through it. I think that's just how you're going to really injure yourself and put yourself back.
Find movements that will help you grow, make progress, and they're comfortable and they don't hurt.
Yep.
So, like, I probably won't deadlift ever again.
I think you will.
At least not conventional. Anyway, is tacrine safe?
Yes.
Okay. How did you and Meaty meet?
You want to tell the story? Well, it wasn't like so he applied for a job. He came in an interview. He had a nice sport coat on.
No, it wasn't a sport coat.
I don't know.
It was like nothing really fit me because I just got done with the show not too long ago. So it was like baggy, not fitted khakis.
Yeah.
And like a polo vest or sweater. And then Doug's got like a DPS Nutrition 2X hanging. I think he just finished training. You're in sweatpants. And Steph was in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I interviewed. I applied for a job. I was not looking for a job, but my coach at the time, Kurt Widener, said, hey, Doug is looking for management in Arlington. You're in Manassas. Cool. What's it going to hurt to send my resume to Doug Miller, somebody I looked up to? And then, it's history.
Yeah. And then he would get so nervous when I walk into the store. Like, he'd, like, shake and quiver, and he'd just get all flustered. It was flustered meat.
Those are good days. I still get that way.
It was true, though.
Yeah. It still is
I'm
true.
just like, I'd walk in, I'd be like, meat, calm down. And then I think I made it worse.
Yeah. I think I put it on myself, though. I remember we were getting ready for an event, and I had inventory all over the floor. It's a couple hours to the event, and I was like, don't freak out. You walked right in. I was like, don't worry about it. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. And you were just like.
And how about those receipt printer paper? He ordered
a lesson learned.
He ordered enough receipt printer paper for like 150 years of the store. And we didn't have that many stores at the time, so it wasn't like we could just divide them across the 9 stores. It was like he bought enough literally for 9 stores for 3 years.
Yep.
And then I gave him the speeches. I was like, this is how small businesses fail.
And that's been engraved in my brain for 5 years.
It's great because whenever he's about to like use the corporate credit card, he's thinking, Mr. Douglas is right over his shoulder.
Yeah.
This is how small businesses fail. Oh, good stories.
Good times.
Yeah.
All right. Any chance Core will ever release a sweater?
Like a straight up sweater? Who has that question? Like, this is one of our employees.
Yeah. From PANC, Connor. He's new. He came from GNC.
A sweater like you're gonna wear to like Thanksgiving dinner with grandma? Does he mean a sweatshirt?
Maybe like a crew neck, not like a hoodie.
Okay, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt here. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe you and Paul can work on that for PANC and test it there.
There you go. Done.
So first you gotta get past the cuck. But anyway.
I wonder if everyone knows who the cuck is who watches this. They must know the cuck.
I freaking hope so if we're doing a product about them.
Did we say that last week?
I don't think we have.
The Fuzzy Uncle Cuck flavor. Well, we're not going to call it Fuzzy Uncle Cuck. It's going to be Fuzzy Uncle Carl. It's the peach mojito flavor, Core ABC. It's amazing. I just gave it away.
You totally did. And that kind of
Cuck stands for creepy Uncle Carl, if you don't know.
Or crazy Uncle Carl.
Yeah, he's a little more creepy than crazy, I think.
True. Okay. So his manager, Paul, when deciding formulas for each brand, what is your goal specific to that brand?
So at the end of the day, it's actually very similar. We stick to the same principles across Merica, Core, and ARN in terms of the efficacious doses, no proprietary blends, no fillers, just putting together the best formulas we can. We do pay attention, though, not to we're not going to bring out a pre-workout that is exactly like Fury under ARN or ARN under Fury or Harness under Fury, under Core, or anything like that. So we do pay attention to the formula and ingredients we use. We try to go for within a given category, sticking to those same principles, but maybe giving it a little bit of a different feel across it so that there's different category of customers that can buy those. Or somebody can use all three of them, Red, White, and Boom, Fury, and Harness, and feel something different across all of them. We don't want to give somebody the same experience across the three products because then it's really only one product.
It's actually made formulating difficult, in my opinion.
Yeah, because there's only so many great ingredients that you're going to want to put in a pre-workout per se.
And we try not to overlap.
Yeah. And even protein, right? Like protein's a difficult one, but I think we've done a really good job at separating the types of proteins across the brands.
Totally.
Yeah. If I do say so myself.
Yeah, you did good.
Yeah. All right, we got to keep this one under an hour.
We got it. I only got a few more here, so we're going to shut you up. We're going to go right into it. Why do some people say BCAAs are worthless?
Because they're idiots.
Good answer.
The real answer, I think people would argue that, so if you're in a completely fasted state and you have none of the other essential amino acids that your body needs to consume, or I should say can't synthesize themselves, if you take BCAAs to stimulate protein synthesis, it won't do you any good because you don't have all the amino acids available to for those proteins to be pulled together. So basically you won't have substrate for that reaction to happen, and so it kind of short circuits. So I think that's probably where that argument would come, but that state of being is really non-existent, at least it is in my life. So unless it's right when I wake up and if I'm training fasted, I would do EAAs, but I'm eating every couple hours throughout the day, so I don't have a pool of essential amino acids in my body where I would need that. So BCAAs are what you're going to want for most people probably watching this video.
Okay. Any restock of Core Nutritionals in the UK soon?
Fat Jimmy, what are you doing over there, bro?
I hate to ask this question, Jimmy, but I had to do it.
What the heck, Jimmy?
There's specifics of Burn and 5AT, so.
Burton, didn't we send him Burn X?
I mean, he might have it.
No,
or it's on the way.
Yeah, he needs to just tell A-List to get their stuff together and send over an order, and we'll make it happen.
All right, two more. Andrew VBNC, please talk about sucralose and why it is not terrible for you.
Next.
I mean,
I put that issue on everything.
Yeah, in the current day we live in, everybody's like anti. It's like a trend, right? Mm-hmm. To be like anti-sweetener, anti-artificial sweetener. Yeah. So I think maybe focus on a quick answer that.
Go for it, take it.
I don't know. I'm not a science guy.
I mean, if you look at the study, any study showing any negative side effect, which really I have not seen of the sucralose, right? Like, so it comes. I'm going back to saccharin, right? Like, so saccharin is like, I think that's the pink sweetener. That's Sweet and Low.
I thought that was
it's been.
Or aspartame or whatever.
No, that's NutraSweet. NutraSweet is aspartame. Sweet and Low is saccharin. I'm telling you, don't even bother. Yeah. Anyways, so like, yeah, that's been shown. Like, if you feed a rat that much salt or some other compound, which is you should be able to consume, they're gonna get cancer. So the levels that you would have to consume are so ridiculous, and not even, and this is like in rats or mice, right? Are so ridiculous that it's not even worth that argument. And so there was that big scare about that, and I just. Sick Jack. And we're back. Anyways, we were talking about artificial
Sweeteners.
sweeteners.
Specifically sucralose.
Yeah, but I got off the topic on saccharin and it's just blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, there are some people that don't have a good response. They might get gassy to sucralose or whatever. If you're not one of those people, it's fine. I mean, I put Splenda Packers on everything. He likes to make fun of me how I eat my pancakes at IHOP. I just don't even use the sugar-free syrup. I just dump Splenda packet straight on it and then eat it with my hands. It's kind of weird, but like I'm all about the Splenda life. So anyways, you're fine. It's just, it really comes down to a personal, preference and also how you feel on it, right? Like if you feel bloated and gassy, and I know some people do, and if you really can pinpoint it to sucralose, then I would say, don't use it. But I think the majority of people are completely fine with it.
Cutting it out during peak week, I think, did help cut out some water. I mean, it could.
But you were doing so many other things as well there.
Yeah, but it didn't change a whole lot in my peak weeks. But I was drinking about Merica Energy a day, and I had doing a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to add my 2 cents to this podcast.
Is that it?
That's it. That's all the questions I got, man.
1 hour. I think this will edit down to be less than that. So we made it under an hour. Can we make it under 45 minutes next time?
Yeah, we got to do better shutting you up.
Should we pause for a screenshot first?
Yep. Hold on. Let me prepare myself.
All right. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Till next time, keep crushing it. Wait, hold on. We need a blowback or something.
All right, Maverick. Take us into G-forces. Let's escape these Russian jets. Come on, man. Take us home.
What are we doing?
You're hitting a G-force, baby. Let's go.